So the homeware market just hit $139 billion. But here's the twist. The brands making most of that money are selling stuff you can too. Like, check out this vintage style rug I designed in just a few minutes, or this soft custom pillow. Now, all of this is the start of a collection that looks great, but is about to sell even better. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to design and sell homeware products like these using nothing but your own creativity and Printify. You'll learn which products are trending, which aesthetics sell best, and I'll give you a step-by-step guide to launching your first collection. Let's get started. Home decor has changed. It's no longer about luxurious or flashy interiors. It's about comfort, identity, and self-expression, especially for Gen Z and millennials. We're not just buying decor, we're investing in our spaces, whether it's a personalized wall print that reminds us to slow down, a lamp that lightens our room and our mood, or maybe it's just a doormat that makes us feel at home before we even step inside. But here's what most sellers get wrong. They randomly list products instead of building a collection around an aesthetic. And even if they do get a sale, it's likely just a one-off, with buyers forgetting about them the next day. So, how can you create something memorable that buyers will actually want to come back for? Well, you start by shifting your thinking. Don't build a store full of products, build a brand that sells a feeling, an aesthetic, or an outcome first. For example, instead of saying, I sell desk mats, say, I sell dopamine decor for your home office. It's a small difference in language, but a big change in how people connect with your products. Next, think about who you're designing for. Not every buyer is the same, and if you don't understand who you're speaking to, the odds of actually selling to them won't be that high. See, most homeware buyers fall into three categories. You got the vibe seekers who look for a certain aesthetic and want everything to match. Then there's the space optimizers who work or study from home and they want calm but functional decor. And finally, you got the gift givers who are mainly shopping for cozy, affordable bundles under $50, especially for birthdays, holidays, or new homes. Now, once you understand who your buyers are and what they're looking for, you'll stop coming up with one-off products and start designing collections instead. Now, here's why. Bundles and collections sell more because they tell a story. They give your buyers a more complete experience of what they can expect with their purchase. For example, a desk mat, wall tapestry, or mug could be a home office reset kit. An easy dorm starter set, well, that could make a dorm feel like home with a pillow, a soft blanket, a cozy area rug. But for all these collections to feel right, they also need to be grounded in the right aesthetic. And that's where trend awareness becomes your superpower, because there's a look blowing up in home decor right now that you definitely need to know. It turns out what people are really looking for is some time away from technology. They want cozy, they want natural, they want personal. In fact, Pinterest 2025 Trend Report especially shows a surge in searches for rustic retreats, thrifted interiors, and nature-inspired designs. Buyers are leaning into warm, earthy tones, muted greens, and gentle pastels. And these colors, they aren't just pretty either, they're functional. Interior designers use them to make small rooms feel grounded, spacious, and serene, which is why they're also a great choice for homeware and decorative items. Now, of course, designing something that looks great is one thing, but making sure buyers can actually find it on Etsy, that depends on what's in your listing. So here's what yours needs to have to make sure it doesn't get lost in the scroll. Start with your description. Don't just list features, paint a picture of the transformation your buyer is about to experience. Try lines like, brighten your work from home setup in minutes with this amazing bundle, or this set can give your kitchen a mini glow up for under $40. These phrases don't just describe your items to buyers, they describe a better version of their space that your products can help them achieve. Speaking of which, let's talk about your listing title. This is where Etsy's search engine meets your shopper's intention. Look, SEO is a huge part of helping your products get found, which is why generic keywords like wall art just aren't gonna cut it. It is not search engine optimized. We need things search engine optimized! Instead, go for long tail keywords that mirror how real people actually search, like retro aesthetic dorm room decor or modern sage green kitchen. Finally, make your product mockups work harder. Use lifestyle mockups with styled environments that show your item in use. Remember, you're selling an experience, so make your mockups look like something a buyer would actually want to live in. Now that you know how to make your listings not just searchable, but irresistible, it's time to start creating your own homeware brand. Printify's massive selection of home and living items have a lot to offer, but over the last few years, these items in particular have seen a major boost in sales. Prints, posters, and framed canvases consistently see high demand in searches on Etsy. Desk mats and tapestries are popular with students, content creators, and remote workers. Custom cushions and pillows are definitely scroll stoppers and sell really well in bundles. Doormats and rugs have been growing in popularity, especially for earthy or playful designs. And finally, soft blankets are great for gift giving, especially for new homeowners. But before you start designing, there are two simple things that can make a big difference. First, offer personalization. Whether it's adding a name, date, or custom message to a product, it's something the larger brands mass-producing items can't offer to buyers that you can. Now, second, design for versatility. What does that mean? Create designs that work everywhere, from homes and dorms to offices or Airbnbs. The more settings your product fits in, the more buyers you can reach. Now, if you're feeling a little intimidated, don't be, okay? Let me show you how easy it is to quickly create your first collection step by step. Step 1. Start with a mood board. Use Pinterest to find visuals that fit the vibe you're going for. Collect about 10 to 15 visuals that feel like your brand. Here, I've gathered some images of garden corners, vintage tea sets, and botanical posters. Then, look for patterns in color. For example, I'm noticing muted greens, clay pinks, and cream colored designs. Oh, and while you're at it, start pulling words from the image titles too. These will help later when you have to come up with keywords for your listing. Step 2. Pick your core products. Pick at least 3 products from the Printify catalog. I'm gonna choose a desk mat, a wall tapestry, and a mug. They should all feel like they belong in the same room. Now, in order to create an emotional connection, it's time for step 3, creating your designs. Use Canva or Adobe Express to experiment with the elements, textures, or patterns from your mood board. For my set, I'm experimenting with soft botanical illustrations, and I'll also add in some wellness-inspired text using some cursive font. Now, a good tip is to try to create designs that work across multiple products. For example, a good pattern can go a long way to creating a great-looking collection. Finally, step 4. Publish your collection. Add the designs to your items using Printify's product creator. Build your Etsy listings with emotion-rich copy and smart keywords. That includes spending time creating some great lifestyle mockups that tell a story. Then, when you're finally ready, publish your items to Etsy and get selling. Congratulations! You just turned a vibe into a brand. Now you ready to keep going? Because the journey doesn't stop here. In fact, in this next video, I'll dive deeper into Pinterest 2025 Trend Report. I'll break down which data-backed trends you can use to design products that sell. Click the link and I'll see you there.